November 6th will be the last day that you can bring recycling on a Saturday to the Dubois County Recycling Center, but it'll continue next year. Joining us in the studio is Carla Striegel-Winner. Carla is the manager of the Dubois County Solid Waste District. Okay. Yep. And you have a site that people can bring their recyclables to. And you've been open on certain Saturdays, once a month, but the last one is coming up November 6th. But I don't want to say the last one, it's the last one this
year. For 2021. Yeah, there we go. The last
Talk
one for 2021. Yeah, sure. So at our process center, people describe it as, that's where we say you bring your oddball items. We have regular residential recycling and trash sites, 8 of them spread throughout the county. And then the process center is for sort of the different things, your electronics, your fluorescent bulbs, maybe you have a large dumpster item or something like that. So that's kind of what we're set up for is those oddball items that need to either be properly disposed of or properly recycled that can't be taken at the other 8 sites. So we're kind of a specialty area for that. And of course, we're open 8 to 1 Monday through Friday year round. But for the past 2 years, we have had sort of special Saturdays once a month for folks that can't make it during our regular daily hours. And so we do that March through November. And so November 6th will be the last day of 2021 that we have those Saturday hours. And those Saturday hours are just from 8 to noon that we accept items.
And the Saturday is just kind of special. You really want people to bring them your regular hours.
Yeah, our regular hours, we're there 8 to 1. Our public hours are 8 to 1 Monday through Friday, except for county holidays. And we really prefer people to bring if they can. But obviously, people work and they can't, necessarily bring their television in. Or maybe they need an extra helper. Maybe they've got a full-size deep freeze to bring in, and we ask that people are able to unload items themselves. So maybe they can't find somebody to help them on a weekday, and so they're going to bring it in on that Saturday and get taken care of on that Saturday. But yeah, we really want folks to only use that if they can't use the regular daily hours. Simply because we just have one staff person that's working there, and it can get a little overwhelming to have 3-4 people at once come in and have so many people come in that 4-hour period. So we just ask that, hey, you can make it on a weekday, do it on a weekday, it'll be less busy, it'll be more pleasant.
And this show, in a way, is serving as a reminder that November 6th is the last one for 2021.
Yeah.
Okay, now you will post the dates for the 2022.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Sure. So we have a really nice recycling and disposal brochure that we give out, and we also have that at all 8 of our drop sites. And inside of that is a little yellow sheet of paper, and we'll have our entire schedule for 2022 on that sheet of paper, and then we'll also have that on our website. Usually, I tell people the easiest way to get there is DuboisCountyRecycles.org. And we'll have that special hours of our process center. You just click on that and that whole list comes up. I don't really want to say, we try to stick with the first Saturday, but they're not all the first Saturday depending on other stuff going on. So if it's a holiday weekend, it's not going to be the first Saturday. We found that it's better for us not to do it Strassenfest weekend, so it won't be the first So we look at what's going on throughout the year. So it'll typically be either the first or second Saturday, and those will be, I'll have those. Should have those by the end of December. They start up again in March, so we don't do Saturday hours during the winter.
And we are talking about the process center.
Process
which
center only.
Is located where? So, I mean, we keep saying the process center, but you're probably going, where is that?
Yeah, the process center. So I always tell people the best thing to do, either get on our Facebook page or get on our website, and you'll see that exact address, because we're not really close to anything. We're right outside of town. In Jasper, outside of Jasper. We have a Jasper address. It's 1103 South, 350 West. We're just off of Old Huntingburg Road. It's easy to find if you pop that into your phone, or if you come off of 231 and you turn in between where Sternberg's and Wings and Rings is on that road. We have directional signage from there. about 1.5 miles out on county roads. But I always say just plug that into your phone and it'll get you there no problem, but right outside of Jasper, yeah.
Now, there are 8, I'm going to say dumpsters, but you have a different word because you prefer to use a better word.
Drop sites,
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
they're not just to dump your stuff.
Yes.
So yeah, they are recycling and trash sites. They take bagged household trash and your regular residential recycling. We have 8 of those. And so the process center is set up for more of your specialty items. But yeah, I like to call those drop sites.
Okay, the drop sites, yes.
Not dump sites.
So drop your bottles and
Yes.
plastics and papers and cardboard.
And your household bagged trash at the drop sites. And then the process center, we have a large item dumpster for things like a couch, a chair, a mattress, things like that can't be taken at most of our drop sites. Now, the Ferdinand drop site does have a large item dumpster. This just opened up in the last year and a half as well. Anytime they're open, they do have a large item dumpster just for dumpster items. So we have that as well, and we mention that on our website and in our brochure as well. But we then take a lot of the other things. We take any kind of appliance from your small coffee maker, vacuum cleaner, fan, all the way up to your full-size deep freeze. We started being able to take refrigerant appliances in 2020 through a grant program that we were able to get started, and so that is continuing as a program. So
Okay,
at that point,
when you say that,
yeah.
do I have to have it? Do I have to have a plumber?
No, that's
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 awesome.
That's
Okay.
the good thing. Yeah. So that was kind of something that was lacking in our community. So we pursued through a grant to be able to get this program started, and we have it going now. You bring it to us, it's $20, and then we take care of removing the refrigerant safely, and a lot of that refrigerant, depending on what it is, actually gets recycled into new refrigerants and gets recovered as well.
Is that next year or is that now?
That's going on now.
Right. Oh,
yep,
okay, great.
Yep.
Okay.
Since 2020, we started right in the middle of the pandemic.
Might as
Had
well.
that grant going. It was
Now,
insane.
There is a price. There is a charge for when you bring things.
When you bring items,
Okay,
yeah.
Kind of, $20 if it's got refrigerant in it, like
Yeah,
a
yeah. We have
air
all of
conditioner.
those. We have all those prices just kind of set. Any small electronics or small appliances are just $1 a piece. Okay. Then most large appliances are $5, but then it really just depends on our refrigerant-based appliances are higher because it costs us so much to get that refrigerant removal, which is why it's been kind of a pain in the community to get a plumber to remove it or to, that sort of thing. So, but yeah, so and we take the household chemicals as well, household hazardous waste, and we have fee base on that. We use these little gray trays, and if it was you stack it as if it was stacked on your shelf. If the tray is full, it's $20. If it's half full, it's $10. So, and we talk about this sometimes because people think we're making money off of this stuff. No. If anything, what we try to do is we try to break even on what we call our user fees. So the fees that we are charging are basically, I look at that every year and see if what we've charged is about evened out on what we've had to pay to process those items and get them properly disposed of or properly recycled. For instance, we get charged per pound for the big CRT, the tube TVs. So we, some of those we don't break even on when we charge $20 a piece for one of those big TVs. But we end up sort of breaking even at the end. So that's we are not making money on these items. There are things like our metal that we get income for, but that doesn't pay for the entire program. That just kind of helps with maybe the gas money. So yeah. So and that's why we have the charges.
It can be confusing for people. What gets recycled and where do I go?
Right.
You know, and I think a lot of, because I've had people ask me, say, hey, I've got these, what do I do? And I tell them, go to your website.
Yes, absolutely, because we have our Waste Wizard on the website, and you can just do a search and search for that item, and you can find out if it's not us, where in the community you can take that. And the Waste Wizard is a really great thing. And of course, we do have some other stuff on our website, but the Waste Wizard is awesome because it tells you where you're going to take that in our community, what you can do with that, if it is recyclable, if it needs to be disposed of properly, and that sort of thing. And of course, we get tons of phone calls, and I say we're kind of like a little hotline for how do I get rid of this. So people are more than welcome to call and ask us questions too. Sometimes people have few more questions once they've been on the website and kind of looked at that. So, yeah.
And one final question. If you go to the process center, that is not to bring trash to. That is only to bring recycles to. Is that correct?
Right. So what we say is items for recycling and proper disposal. We do have our large item dumpster there. So you cannot bring bagged trash to us. If you bring bagged trash to us, we will send you to one of the drop sites because that's where bagged trash goes. Okay. So we're looking there to fill in a gap where most of the drop sites cannot take larger items. So we're kind of filling in that gap. So look to us for specialty items or kind of filling in some gaps that the other drop sites aren't able to take.
Okay, so again, remember, November 6th is the last Saturday for this year. It'll start again in March.
Yep,
okay.
Yep.
Well, Carla, thank you very much for coming in and talking to us.
Thanks so much.
And make sure that you are recycling. Remember, reduce, reuse, recycle. Thank you for watching 18 WJTS. We are local people watching local people.